Hello, welcome to the Webster Plus setup and configuration video. In this video we will discuss various Webster settings and configuration options available. Click on the setup link in the left sidebar to access the Webster Plus setup utility. This link will be available to everybody during initial system installation, but once security is enabled, it will be restricted to members of the admin group. There are 7 different sections to the Webster setup. Each can be selected from the menu across the top of the screen. Select Config from the top menu bar. This allows you to edit the basic system configuration settings. It in turn has 7 subsections. The Site Information subsection allows you to specify the following: site name, image to appear on web pages, company homepage, contact email, privacy page. You can enable the use of cookies. If enabled, users will be able to save their logon information. You can specify where to create temporary files for items such as PDF files, and file uploads. Lastly, you can indicate if you want JavaScript and CSS files to always be reloaded. This is useful during application development. The customization screen allows you to define and customize the CSS and JavaScript to be used. When you first set up Webster, it loads its JavaScript and CSS files directly from our PVX Plus site. To assure continued access to the correct version, the files should be downloaded to a local library. This can be done using the Download Lib button. These files can also be loaded from an external site or content delivery provider, such as Cloudflare, Rackspace, or CDN77. Customization specific to your site can also be defined. These may include custom CSS code, a CSS file, HTML to be added to all pages, and even a JavaScript file. The Template section defines the page layout used by Webster Plus. The system default layout, in star template, splits the page into 4 regions. These are based on a header height and left edge width. You can also define the various colors to use in each of the 4 regions. In addition, the colors for locked inputs, and the background color used, on even query lines. The Security tab enables the security components in Webster. With security enabled, users are required to go through a sign-on process. Once validated, they will be assigned a security group. This group controls what they can access on the system. Here you can define the default group for new users, password requirements and tip, number of days to save logon if cookies are enabled, 2-step verification options, and group to use for sessions that have not signed on. You will also need to define the site administrator username, password, and email address. This user will be created and assigned to the admin group. The email settings are used to configure the server that Webster will use to send emails. These are sent in response to lost passwords, or as part of 2-step verification. To configure, enter the email address for Webster to use, the SMTP server name, the port to use, SMTP account and password. To confirm the settings are correct, you can send a test email. The SMS settings are used to configure the text messaging server that Webster will use. Text messages, in lieu of emails, can be sent as part of the 2-step verification process. You will need to select the SMS provider, account name, and passcode for the account. Here you can send a test message to a cell phone to confirm the settings are correct. Finally, the miscellaneous settings include the location of the legend and smart charts, grid line settings for queries and smart lists, and whether queries should use alternating line colors. Once you have configured your system, don't forget to press Save. The settings will take effect immediately. Let's move on to user maintenance. This is the second option on the top menu bar. Here you can maintain a list of users. For each user you can specify a unique username, first and last names, password, email address, cell phone number to send text messages to, company name, user group, and 2-step verification option. You can also disable a user. This prevents them from signing into the system. Under user status, you can see the last time they were on the system, and other user info. The group maintenance screen allows you to define the security hierarchy. To define a security group, enter its name and description. The system will present a list of all existing groups. You can then select groups to be included. Press Save to record your changes, or Delete to remove the group. The security screen allows you to define which groups can access items, such as web pages, programs, or reports. Select the type of item you wish to secure, enter the item's name in the grid, and select the groups that can access it. The sidebar links screen allows you to maintain the links on the left of the default template. When selected, the grid shows the current link settings. The text column contains the text to show in the sidebar. In the security group column, select the group required for the link to be visible. The window column defines whether the processing will appear on a new tab, the same tab, or reuse an existing tab from the same link. The next two columns define what to do when the link is selected: run a program, send an event, link to a URL, or display a web page. If displaying a web page, the page name can include the name of a menu to appear at the top of the page. The menu name should follow the page name and be separated by a semicolon. 3 or more dashes in the text column indicates a separator line is to appear in the sidebar. You can use the drag bars on the left side of the grid to change the order of the rows. Clicking the trash can on the right deletes the row. On the Menus Maintenance page, you can define menus and submenus. These can be placed at the top of your pages, or used inside a page using the menu shortcode. These are defined similar to the sidebar links, but include the option of having a symbol included in the menu, and the logic option of presenting a submenu or running a report. Finally, you can use the Message Library Maintenance to define or edit messages used by the system. The Make Library button will create a private library for your application, allowing you to select which library to edit, the message key, and text. This completes our Webster Plus setup and configuration video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out our other Webster Plus training videos.